Alright, welcome everyone to what is probably the biggest LEGO set that I've ever reviewed on the channel. I am not kidding when I say this thing is big. This thing is huge. You have no idea how zoomed out the camera is because just to get this whole thing in frame. You can even see the little clips on this green screen. You can see the entire wall. You can see the complete ugly side of this studio. I have to I'm sitting and this thing is taller than me. This is a huge set, so this video is gonna be a pretty scuffed one, I'll say that. This set did cost me quite a lot of money, around the same price as the Upside Down from the Stranger Things series, and so this is from the LEGO Ideas page. This is the Pirates of the Barracuda Bay. It recently came out this year. I think it came out like 3 months ago. But for us, Canada and USA, we recently just got this set like a couple weeks, I think about a month ago. But it was pretty recent. And for the rest of the world, this set was already out. For sure. So this is one heck of a set. I don't even know if you can see me through this giant model. As you can see, this is basically a Shipwreck island, which has a pretty neat feature to it, but I'll show you guys that in a second. Before we even get started, just the instructions book alone. This instruction manual for the set, it feels like a textbook. An actual textbook. It's so darn heavy. It is, it's ridiculous, man. Like this thing, look at that. It's huge. Yeah. Unbelievable. Alright, let's get right to it. Alright guys, here is the box. As you can see, the box design here is actually kind of classical because it's got like the set name on the side. It is kind of a throwback to the older LEGO Pirate sets. But yeah, there you go. It's a very big box, as you can see. It's a set 21322 with 2,545 pieces. Very big set. It's a very big set. So let's move on to the back. As you actually can see here. Hold up. Down here, you can see all the minifigures just posing for a family photo or something. No idea. But here is the back, which just shows you the monstrosity size of the model. You know, here we see all the different play features that you can do. It shows you and then also shows you the conversion, the ability for it to convert into an actual pirate ship, which we'll do in this video. So that is it for the box. Okay, first and foremost, if you thought that Stranger Things Upside Down set was huge, just understand that I could barely fit this in frame. I basically zoomed out as far as I can, and if I can move even further, you're gonna basically see the entire wall and not just the screen. So I have to keep it like this. And you can already see just the top part of the ship is already not in frame. So this will be relatively long in advance, I'll tell you that. So I will be going as quick as I can to go through this whole $339 set just to get the main components talked about, and then we can later focus on actually converting this into the ship, which I've actually got something special planned for it. Now, first and foremost, this thing is tall, as you can probably see, and the exact measurements, if I can read the box right here, it is 59 centimeters and the width is 64 centimeters. So if I literally stand a witch doctor from Hero Factory right next to it, this would still be quite tall. And I wouldn't see this set as being a set that is good for the majority of people's shelves. I'll say that because I feel like I definitely feel like this set is required to be stored in open table areas, and especially if you want to put this up on display or if you just want to play, if a kid wants to play with it, then it should be no problem. But if this is something you want to put up on the shelves, I would recommend that you put it on like a not covered part of the shelf, so like on the surface, on the top part of the shelf, not in it, unless your shelf is like tall enough to fit the entire model inside. But let me tell you in advance, you're gonna need a lot of space to store this behemoth. So this is basically a rendition of a shipwreck slash an island. So people, I think it basically is like a hybrid of the two, because of course you can convert this into the actual ship later, which I will show later. And I've got to give props to whoever designed this, because after all, LEGO Ideas is based off fans, and this is designed by a fan. And I can tell just from looking at this model, the designer, whoever came up with the set, really loves pirates and ships, because the amount of detail that went into this, it's just purely amazing. In fact, I don't even know where to start. Let's actually start off from this side then, down here, because I feel like that's most appropriate. So let's start off down here. You can literally see the table. This is how zoomed out I am. So let's just start with this funky little totem, or this little like statue thingy. No idea what that is. Maybe it's like one of those island natives gods, like what the island natives worship. But he looks really funky, I'll say that, for a brick built little statue. In a good way. Please don't take no offense to this. It's funky in a really good way, I believe. And I think it's a very funny build, I'll say that. Then right beside we've got a coconut tree, because coconut trees, very useful. And you can see the coconuts are minifigure heads. What do you know? You want to make custom faceless minifigures? You got more heads right here. What else? We've got a little lamppost there, and we've got that, what is that? Is that like a banner for the bar or something? Yes, and yes, there is interior designing, of course. Lots and lots of stuff. You know what? I'm just gonna move the camera just closer, because I'm having a hard time trying to rotate this. Okay, so let's move on up here now. Back here you can see parrot with a few flowers right there. Just a little more rendition at the bottom. There's a bunch of crabs. There's crabs all throughout this entire model, I'll say that. And the base plate is done in the cyan base plate, but it's not one giant piece, it's multiple pieces merged together, multiple plates. So yeah. So this is, there's a red crab right here. You got a couple cannons, which you can take off through the set. You can move these cannons throughout the entire set. And yes, they do have ammunition, and the way these cannons work, if you've never seen those, just pull that and it fires. And these things are on wheels, so you can move them around with ease. There is extra ammunition right here as well. Red crab, more rocks, rooftop overgrown vines, trees, you name it, the leaves and everything. And then there's a door right there, which will lead you to the inside, which I will show you guys later in a bit. And then we get to like the deck area up here. If I can get a good zoom in, then I can perhaps show you guys. Right there, a good deck area for your pirates to chill out and just, you know, have fun playing with the cannon. And then we have this very tall behemoth, this giant mast with the big ladder going up, with the sail all folded up, rolled away nicely, and it keeps on going up, all the way up, all the way up, and at the very top is the pirate flag, just up there. So this is a very, very tall mast. They've got this random barrel just dangling. That is intentional. I think that's just like, what's it called? What the pirates drink, and the way you're supposed to just loosely leave it dangling like that. So if you rotate this a lot, you can see this thing will be swinging around quite a lot. So, and this does, okay, well, because this thing is attached onto a clip right there, this thing does fall off pretty easily, so make sure it is always tucked away to the clip, just like that. Very straightforward. Okay, and then back here, I know you can't really see it that well. If you look at this from the front, you can't really see it, but if you look at it from the back here, you can see that there is a little prison cell, and in the prison cell, there's a little skeleton inside. Maybe if I can just take this little piece off. There we go. This is a prison. A little prison with a skeleton inside. Just open it up. Boo. A skeleton waiting just for you. So I think this is intentionally to be removed so you can just simply just put this back on. Just like that. Very easily. Now, there's something quite interesting about the set, and that the fact that this set is actually not connected. What do I mean by that? There's actually two halves of this set, because it'll make, if you're moving this if you want to move this model somewhere else, no way you're gonna be able to with just two hands grab this whole set. I guarantee you will drop it and it will crash. It will become broken and you'll be very sad because you have to rebuild the stuff. And LEGO understands that, so what they've done is they've loosely connected the two. So you just simply pry it off like this. There is no connection in between that to connect it together. It's just, you just simply stack it beside each other, just like that. No connection needed. So now this makes carrying easier, because if you're moving this to your room or the living room or something, or you just want to, you know, like move this somewhere else to like lift it up and like dust the area or something, you just lift it like this and then you carry this set into this portion and in this portion. So it's done pretty well, because this will also help me in terms of filming this review to actually take a deeper look at inside the set. So we're still in this section, so now I'm going to remove this part and we're going to look at that. So that I moved that aside. So now let's just purely focus on this half. So I showed you the mast, I showed you the top, everything on, I showed you everything on this side. So now let's look on this side. This is the part where you normally won't see because it's covered by the other half of the set. So basically how this works is that this is the body of the ship. Later on, when you want to assemble the actual ship together, you can actually take off the parts here and then stack them, the three main parts together, to create the pirate ship. I will show you guys how that works, but in the meantime, there is actually a lot of detail underneath. And to show you that, I will have to remove the main ship, which would then also allow me to show you the inside. So how does this work, you may ask? Well, simply allow me to set the camera, make sure it's firm because it's kind of loose on the tripod. Now, first thing you gotta do, two hands, do this, and then remove the cannons. I'm just gonna tell you that these cannons are gonna get in your way. Just remove them, all right? That, and it comes off just like this. Very straightforward, very easy. We're good. Okay, that goes here. So now you can actually see this entire island piece, island build. All this is sand. These are the little pillars that are holding up the ship model. And I can see there's actual flowers underneath here, and then right there's a little froggy, because why not? And now you can see the whole ship is just simply connected to the main island with two Technic pins. Very, very simple connections. Actually that's the only thing that's holding the ship onto this island build. It's actually quite surprising, I know. Very, very surprising. Bet you didn't see that. Oh my god, this is loose. Give me a second. Bet you didn't see that coming though. I'll say that. There we go. Sorry, that was not attached firmly whatsoever. But yeah, this is the island piece, or at least one of the island pieces. So now we can actually take a look at the main ship. So let's remove this out of the picture. Now we just mainly focus on this little segment of the ship. Now, we need to access the inside of the ship. Now, how does this work? So number one, remove the ladder and take up the entire mast. Just like that. All comes off, just one axle pin. Okay, remove this little box, this thing. This is what's holding the two deck pieces together. Now, simply put the same box back on here and just pry it off like this. Very, very easy. Now what you can also do now is to remove this bit off. The whole piece just comes off like that beautifully, which now allows you to see the inside very well. You can also remove the prison that gets in your way. There we go. Now we have full access to the inside of this ship. So now you can see where this door actually opens up to. So now you can see the inside. So before we look at the inside, just want to show you little accessories. You got a barrel of weapons here, got a harpoon right here, got a little lamp right here, and then some more cannon ammunition. So you can actually see the rest of the build from this point of view just by looking in. There you go. And then inside, what do we have? Oh, I dropped the harpoon. What do we actually have inside? So we've got beds. We've got a little like a bar area, you know, because pirates gotta be drinking. You see, you got a little barrel at the back. These are all the different types of whiskey, brandy. I don't know what pirates drink. I just know it's all alcohol. There's a little portrait right there of another ship, and more mugs. Just like that, very straightforward, which allows you to see what is inside. So there's that, and then, so in terms of the interior design, it's not too much, but I do appreciate that the designers still put the time and effort to you know, make sure the inside is nicely filled. And I gotta say, the stuff he put inside is actually not bad whatsoever. So I'm gonna fix this back up now, and then we're gonna show you the second half. So I'll be right back. I forgot to mention one little thing. You can flip open these little flaps, which would just reveal the little windows being shown outside. Very straightforward. It's the same thing throughout all four of these, even these two back here, and the same thing on this side as well, in case you didn't really see. There we go. Very straightforward. Alright, so this part of the ship is done. So let's go on to the second half. Alright, I'll say this is probably my favorite half of the set, just because I just really love the front ship design. It is done very nicely, and in case you're wondering how tall it goes, boom, there it is. Very top of the ship is a tiny pirate ship flag, which goes back down as parrot right there. Another pirate ship flag. And then you get the whole front half, the head of the ship, if you will. Okay, which is actually what I want to show first, in fact, because I think the build here is done quite nicely. So, the front of the ship, look at that, very nice. It's got these little flexible pieces to make the mast. Or like just for the patterns. Got that little completely faceless, just completely yellow minifigure right there to represent, you know, the little like mermaid statue usually some pirates put at the front of the ship. Yes, the torso is a minifigure. I'm not even kidding. So is the head. This whole thing is a minifigure, but it's completely faceless. So again, if you're gonna make minifigure dummies, these are exactly the pieces that you'll need. The front mast is done quite nicely. The sail that's been folded up right here, I think it's done quite well. With a big rope just attached to the top of the mast here. It is unbelievable, just the scale of this thing. Lots of ladders here. As you can see, there's 2 ladders that go up from here, and then we come on down here. There's another, you know, what you call it, like more ladders. This thing has a lot of ladders, period. So it is displayed, the way this is put, it is displayed on an angle, and the way it's executed is just basically there's mixo ball joints right there just to give it the special angle. So let's move on down here first to the docks. Okay, so in the docks area, what do we got? Well, we've got another lantern right here. We've also got just, you know, couple of, look, we got a pineapple, we got a baguette in the back, we got banana. Nothing too shabby. Just what you normally expect of a dock. And then in here, this is like a little a little like alleyway to access the front of the ship, which I will have to take off to show you guys the inside. And then you got this big main building, which I also have to take off. There's also like another coconut tree right here with the same minifigure heads as the coconuts. And then down here, look, there's a little piggy. It's a little piggy just eating some random stuff on the ground. Is that manure? Can't even tell. Right there. I'm pretty sure it's manure, I'm not gonna lie. But it's really cool to get a little pig figure. I love pigs. Yes, I mean it. But I do like bacon, so. Anyways, another crab here. And then in the front, right here, you got a little anchor, which has a pretty neat play feature, which I will show you right now, as soon as I begin to dissect this set. Because there's actually a lot of hidden things inside that you won't really be able to see unless I take apart parts of this little build. So first and foremost, we must remove this section. So to do that, I said so earlier, there are mixel ball joints. And to simply do that, you just need to remove, oh my god, not snap off the entire bottom. Hang on, I gotta fix that. Whoops, my mistake. But yeah, you get basically this. I will show you the front of the ship later after I show you this, and then I gotta fix the ship because I kind of snapped it. Okay, so here now you guys should see there's a much better view. As you can see, these are the ball socket connectors right there, just to, you know, link to the ship. Here's another angle of the piggy. If the camera will focus, maybe you'll see the other angle. There we are. There you go. Here's another angle of the piggy. Get a little barrow of just shovels, brooms, anything, and uh-oh. Is that another skeleton? Yep, that's another skeleton. This is the second skeleton in this set. It's hidden behind right there. And then we can actually see here inside just more cargo boxes and just 2 oars for the lifeboats, just to stay. It's like a storage area, if you will. Lots of different flowers and stuff all hidden underneath. I know it's a little bit difficult to see it, but mark my words, it actually won't. Once I take this off, it's actually not too difficult to notice. So we gotta remove this section now. So to do that, let's see. Even I'm learning this, how to do this. Oh, okay, that was easy. That was really, really easy. Oh yeah, there's also another cannon up here. Just another one. Very loose cannon. And then pirate ship flag. And then this thing will not stay still. I will say that. It's very unbalanced. You will need be prepared because, oh my goodness, because there is actually a special piece to hold this up. You can see there's the little flap here. That's like to help steer the boat. But you simply attach this piece. This is an add-on that is included with the set. Snap that on right here, and that will provide the extra balance needed to stand this thing up. Without that, this thing will just constantly topple over because it's super heavy on one side. So, yeah. So, let's put that away for a second. I just want to show you guys what is there now. So now you can actually see there is a much better view. The ladder doesn't remove, I'll tell you that. The ladder is part of the island build. There you go, get a better view of the storage stuff inside. There's like a small barrel here, the banana there, and apart from that, nothing too much to see. So let's get that aside. I'm moving around a lot, you know, just doing this review alone. Very nice build. Again, this is the thing, steer it, which almost acts like a door. So you can see, because this will, actually you cannot see, because this will open to the inside. So, oh my god, that cannon is screwing me up. I'm gonna remove that. So first things first, you can see, look at the front design here, very nice. There's also a very loose steering wheel that's just dangling from the chains here. Leaves, palm leaves, flag, showed you that already. So if this was the ship, this would be the rear part of the ship, if you will. And apart from that, let's see. Oh yes, down here, the kitchen area where the pirates cook. You can see there's fish right there, there's a pan there. There's another stove there with a sink. Yeah, kitchen down here. So, let's show you the captain's quarters now. So I removed the top deck, and in here just stand with a rifle, cutlass, and a little bunch of ammunition for the cannon. So there's that. Now, again, the door opens up right there, which you can now see the captain's quarters. There we go. With a treasure chest with a trophy inside. Captain's chair. Got a bunch of candles and then a map. I know of the seas, knowing where to conquest. Captain's bed is right there. And just a little statue back there. So, very straightforward build. It's not too much inside. And I gotta say, this is probably my least favorite part of the ship. My most favorite part definitely has to be the front, which I will show you right now. So this is the front part of the ship, and the only way to make sure this thing stands up is to remove this part, which is on the bottom. Without that, this thing is going to be incredibly unbalanced, so you got to remove that as well. So notice how I said the anchor here had a play feature. Well, here it is. You can actually see it now. It's this thing. You rotate the wheel, and this will lower the anchor all the way down like this, and then to reel it back up, just simply turn the wheel right here. The anchor comes back up just like that beautifully. See the ball joints are here. And down here, nothing too much, just a bucket. And nothing too much else on the inside. Now in terms of the mast itself, I already said, there's two massive ladders. Goes all the way up, and that. Not as tall as the main body part, but it is still relatively very huge. So yeah, so that is basically it. I've basically gone throughout the entire set. So now let's take a look at the minifigures, accessories, and then the final verdict. So side build includes this little life-size rowboat with a little cutlass at the front. Very straightforward. The entire boat here is one big mold. So in terms of value, this thing won't cost much if this was a set of its own, because the boat mold is relatively huge. It looks like something that you actually get out of a junior set, but it's got that little pirate ship or pirate flag in the back with two little oars, which are not intentionally supposed to attach firmly. Rather, they just stack on this because it depends heavily on a minifigure to, you know, sit there, grab the oars, and row the boat just like that. So very straightforward boat. Just a cool little side build. That's all. Nothing too shabby. And then there's a shark. The set includes one shark. We've gotten these sharks before. They're also in the Lego City sets, and there's a Lego extra polybag set that has this little bugger. So it's not new. This shark we've definitely seen before, but it's always welcoming to get another one. You know, when it's such a big set that's related to water, definitely makes sense. The head print, same. Mold, same. Play feature with the mouth opening, same. So it is nothing too shabby, I'll say that. So just another shark figure. Here are all the pirate figures. There's actually a couple different ones, but I'm just grouping them by what they look like. So I believe these are just the standard pirate figures, each with all different colors and different outfits. This guy looks, this one here looks the least piratey of the three of them. The faces is just standard minifigure prints, default minifigure prints. Is that with the mustache, no secondary faces, and yeah, very straightforward. They've got cutlasses, they've got rifles. Definitely my favorite one has to be this guy. Yeah, this guy definitely scores the spot on these three minifigures. So there's the pirates. And then we have two other pirates, but they've got a different style. You know, they've got the sailor hat. This little lady here is holding two flintlock pistols. Very nice. And then this guy holding a cutlass, as well as holding the map. I believe he is the ship's second in command or something. But these two figures, definitely this guy. That tops it for me personally. And then we've got this pirate, or yeah, I think she's a pirate, but She's got a machete, also flint knock. No secondary face. Very straightforward figure. Perfect for if you're making like Halloween. People are dressing up for different costumes for Halloween or something, I believe. The pirates here will do the job quite nicely. There's also this little kiddo with what I believe is a flashlight. I think it's a flashlight. So we got a little kiddo minifigure with a little handbag on the side. Very nice. Probably my favorite figure in this whole set. It's this little kiddo figure. So I think, yeah, he's done quite well. I like his prints. And the way he came out, just very satisfying. Arrgh, and finally, but not the least, matey, we have the pirate ship captain. Very simple. He's got the peg leg, you know. It was not a new mold because a lot of pirate captain minifigures have been made in the past. So, yep, he's got the hook hand, and he's got a cutlass. Classic pirate captain looks on there. Definitely he's going to be the star minifigure of this set, that is for sure. But I think the kiddo is better than this guy, for sure. But regardless, this pirate captain still looks pretty cool. So how does this conversion work, you may say? Because this set can convert to a pirate ship. So to do that, you're going to need two things. Well, actually, four things. This section of the ship, this section of the ship, and then the front part of this ship right here, of course. But you also need bag 15. This bag of parts, you don't actually use it for this main default build. This is for the ship conversion. So there's 15 bags in total. This is the final bag, and this is the bag that you don't have. If you're not going to convert this to the actual ship, then you don't need to open this bag of parts, bag 15. Just keep it like this, or use the parts for your own creations or something. But yeah, you're going to need this to convert the ship. So I'll be right back. We're going to convert this thing. And there we have it. It is a brand new day. I know I am wearing a different outfit, but I've eventually converted this into the other model. So this is basically, you take the three main components of the set and then you turn it into this big ship behemoth with, you know, bag number 15. Regardless, it is still extremely tall. Like, I still have to be this zoomed out to show you guys this ship, just because the mast itself is huge. So, like, if I pick it up, yeah, this thing is heavy. Really, look at this. Like, this is probably gonna be a really cool ship just to display as its own. Like, I think this is definitely one of the nicer Lego pirate ships that I've seen in a very, very long time. Now, the last time I've seen something like this, it's actually based off a different model that I have, but that's based off the theme Pirates of the Caribbean. And what I mean by that, it's this little beauty. So this one, I got this as someone gave this to me for Christmas, and so now that I have this ship, only makes sense to put this as a little side-by-side comparison. So this is I forgot, I think this was like the Queen's ship or something. This is from the Pirates of the Caribbean line. You can see how really familiar these two ships are. Obviously, the Barracuda Bay ship here looks bigger in terms of size. It's also like much taller because on this ship there's only one level for the deck. This one has two levels on the deck. You get the surface deck and then you got stuff underneath as well. And the sails, kind of similar. The sails are kind of designed similarly. They both got like this little statue at the front, you know, to represent. And then we turn this around, you can see there's an awful lot of bones and stuff because this is supposed to be an evil ship. This is like a more historical ship, you know, not so fantasy. And this is more like what a real pirate ship from the past in the real world would look like. to something like this. I personally like the Barracuda one a lot better. Okay, we can put this one away now. I personally prefer the Barracuda Bay because, of course, just given its color scheme and size, it's actually not too fantasizing, and I prefer a non-fictional ship, and I think this does the job quite well. I think the way it is intended to be works pretty well. Now, let's just take one very quick deep dive at it, so let's do it. Okay, so just some quick details. You can basically see it's pretty straightforward. The front is what you expect. It's the same thing as it would be. The only, of course, noticeable difference is all the sails are folded completely out. You know, in the normal island default build, all the sails are like rolled up, tidy up. So yeah, the display of this is done in a very, very nice way. I think this is where everything comes together and just looks awesome. Here, of course, you get the anchor function, and then pretty much the interior is what you already know, because I already showed you guys the inside already. And then just from the back, this is what the ship will look like from the back. But regardless, I believe this is a very successful ship model. It has been done very well, very pleased with it, and of course I've docked all the minifigures on the top. No cannons, it's the same thing, just all these windows. But apart from that, I honestly, yeah, I do prefer the ship over the island. But you do have to block up the doorway at the bottom there right now where the kitchen used to be, because it makes sense now because this is an actual ship. So now this went from a door to an actual like steering. This is the thing that will help steer the ship. So there's that, and I think, yeah, the ship, a very, very beautiful ship. I'll say that. It's just done really nicely, and I think did a really good job with this thing. Couldn't ask for a better model, for sure. So this is 100% much more better. So yeah, what more can I say? This, I already said I don't need to show you the inside because I've already basically done that for the default build of the set. So apart from that, that is basically it. Time for the final verdict. And there you have it. Full review, full analysis of Pirates of the Barracuda Bay set. Now, value. What do I say about value? This thing, total bang for your buck, because it's around the same price as the Upside Down. And you look at this and you look at the Upside Down, definitely this set is more worth it. And given with its monstrosity, like the size, this will be one heck of a set for kids to be playing with, and for an adult. I have no idea how I'm going to display this on my shelf because, like I said, if you're going to get the set for displaying, be prepared to make lots of room for this set, because this set will take a lot of room. It's going to be so, they even designed it so it's split into two parts. So, but honestly, I prefer this over the actual ship conversion. The ship conversion was nah. It's okay, but I still prefer this. So, in the end, how would I give this set? Well, I'm thinking this set deserves a perfect 10 out of 10. Seriously, I see no flaws whatsoever. So this set is pretty good. Definitely don't get it if you don't have a lot of cash. I wouldn't want you to go broke, but this is this is one heck of a set. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really ambitious long review. If you did, make sure to hit that like button on the video and subscribe to the channel for more, because we will see you in the next video. Hopefully by that time I'm not broke. Alright, bye.